Hello there. I wanted to put out a clarifying video on the queue and the requeue feature. Seems like there's still some confusion out there on just how queues and requeues work. Ours works the same as some of the other systems out there like MeetEdgar that uses a category-based system. And the best way to think about queues, it's not a push system. So when you're publishing something, you're used to kind of like pushing it out there, or maybe even posting it as a scheduled post where it's like, okay, I want this to go out 1 month from now and then again another month after that. So that's more of like a push method. The queue system works totally differently. So when you're publishing something, instead of saying, all right, publish this thing at a fixed point in time in the future or publish it right now, and then repeat it again in this fixed point in time in the future. If you turn that on its head and think of this as more of a passive system where you're just throwing content into this queue that sits there until something external happens to it. And I'm going to show you what that external thing is now. I think it'll help some people understand just how it works. So here's the schedule. This is really where the action happens. Right? Instead of pushing things out, every single item you see on this schedule, think of it as like an arm, right? So Tuesday, 1:30. At 1:30 a.m. every Tuesday, this arm wakes up, reaches into the queue, and it grabs a post. The way it knows what to grab is based on how you set this scheduled item up. So let's take a look at this particular schedule item. There's a couple things I want to point out. First is the time. That's the most important thing. It sits there and waits until 1:30. At 1:30 a.m. it wakes up. First thing it does is say, all right, I am main category. It's going to look at the category that it's set for. To add to the confusion, sorry to do this, but it could have 3 categories. And when it has 3 categories, it's going to say, all right, I'm going to reach in and grab any post that's in the queue that has main, blog post, or promotional as the category that also matches these criteria down here. So if I have a post that is added to the queue that has Twitter in it and Instagram only, this arm is not going to grab the Instagram part of that post and put it in Instagram. It's going to skip it because this is turned off at 1:30. The arm is going to say, you know what? I'm going to grab part of that post, only the part that goes to Twitter. And it's going to put that post in Twitter. So it's very selective in that regard. The way it decides which one, if there are multiple, and this is very important, if there are multiple items in the queue that match any of this criteria, it doesn't matter if it's promotional, before main, before blog post, this means nothing. It's going to grab any one that matches this. The way it decides which one to grab out of the queue first is based on if it's a queue or a requeue. Because any requeue will have to wait if there is a single queue in the system that hasn't gone out yet. So the first thing is queue always takes priority over a requeued post. And what a requeued post is a post that has already been added to the queue, it's already gone out once, and somebody had toggled on the requeue function, which added it to the requeue. So now it's going to continue to go out until it was told to stop. And that was done at the time that they set it as a requeue. Either go out 5 times and stop, or go out for 2 months and then stop. You know the rules when you set up those requeues. So the first rule is it's going to grab all the queues before it even starts looking at your requeues. The second important thing to note, let's say you have 3 different queues that match all of these criterias. Now, which of those 3 is it going to grab first? It's going to grab the first one you added to the queue. So it's going to grab that one first. The very next time there is a scheduled item on the schedule that matches all of those criteria, it's going to grab the second one you added. And the very next time a scheduled item comes along, that arm is going to wake up again and reach in and grab that third item. And then the next time there's a scheduled item that has that same criteria, it's going to wake up and it's going to go grab a requeue because it ran out of those 3 queue posts. Now it's going to grab a requeue. And I bet you can guess already which requeue it's going to grab if there are multiple. It's going to grab the first one in line, which is the one that was added first. So the requeue is very similar to the queue in that first come, first serve. The first one that was added in there, it's going to send that one first. I hope that helps clarify things. If it doesn't, please let me know, and I might have to record a video explaining it in a different way. But good luck out there. This is a complex system, and I hope you guys wrap your mind around it, because if you do, it's extremely powerful. It lets you tell the system exactly when you want posts to go in your feed. So that's super important, as you all know. Hit us up in the comments of the video, or shoot us a live chat. You can always click right here and ask. One of us will jump in and help clarify for you. Thanks a lot.